Heyo, Broyles here in photopea.com to show you how to do a linear symmetry project. So I'm going to start with one of my abstract photos that I edited for the previous project. This is the PSD that I opened, just to show you if you do open your PSD other than your PNG, which is fine. I have all these layers here if I want to make any more changes to them. Notice I have masks with the adjustment layers on here. If I want to use this photo, I need to get all of these pixels and all of these adjustment layers copied over to the new file that I'm going to create my new artwork in. Okay. Don't create it on this file. So what I need to do is first I'm going to create a new file. So I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to New. Our output is for print because we're artists and we go for gallery prints. So we click print and then we click letter size. That's the size of our printer. If you want to check, you can always go to inches, and this is 8.5 by 11 inches, and this will flip it from either uh, what we call landscape orientation or portrait orientation. Okay. Don't worry about these templates. We're not using them. We are doing something that is blank. So the background will be white. Notice the dots per inch is 300 pixels per inch, which is what we need to print. If I wanted to, I could type linear symmetry here. I'll do one. You're going to do like 4 of them. And then click create, and it's already got it titled for me. All right, so I've got linear symmetry one. It's a PSD because it's going to have layers in it. It's all ready to go. Notice, just like in Google, I've got multiple tabs open here on the top. What I'm going to do, though, is I need to get these pixels copied and pasted into here. If I go straight to edit, copy, take note in my layers panel, I'm on that levels. All it's going to do is copy the levels, come over here, edit, paste, and it's going to look like nothing happened. Okay. So all it did was paste in that levels. So I'm going to trash that, click delete on my keyboard. I'm going to come back over here. What I need to do is I need to copy merge. Notice it's grayed out. In order to copy merge, I need to select this whole area. So I go to select menu on over here, select all. It's going to put some nice dancing ants, a nice selection around my canvas. Now I can go copy merged. It's going to merge all my layers together, copy them, come over here and allow me to paste them in, edit paste, as one condensed layer. All right. I need to free transform this so that I can make it small so I can move it around a little bit. So edit, free transform. And now I can pull the corners to make this about a little bit smaller than a quarter size. I am going to be moving this around and I will resize the whole thing when I am done. To lock this in, I either click the check mark up here or I click return on the keyboard. So here's the process on how to do this. I need to duplicate this image so that I can flip it and put it over here. Then I'm going to merge them together, duplicate it, flip it down here. Okay, so how I do that, I'm going to come over to my layers panel. Notice if I click on the thumbnail or the words, I can go to duplicate layer. So that's either a 2-finger click on your Chromebook or a right click on your mouse. Is it right? Opposite click on your mouse, duplicate the layer. Now I have 2 of these layers here. What I'm going to do is, before I even move that, I know there's 2 of them there. I can see 2 in my layers panel. I'm going to come over here to edit. We've used free transform. I'm going to go down to transform and I'm going to go down to flip horizontally. Flip horizontally, think of the horizon line. It's going to flip along the horizon line. So I've just flipped this image I'm going to use the move tool. It's the top tool in my toolbox. And as I move it, if I go ahead and hold shift, so I just moved it on my keyboard. If I hold shift, it's going to lock it into the same orientation or perspective. No, what's the word? Alignment is the word. So that I can see what's going on here. Okay. And it's not going to go up here or down here. Hold shift and it will stay in the right alignment. I'm going to use the arrow keys and make sure that I don't have a little white line in there. I want to get it as close as possible without overlapping it too much. This is where I look down the seam of these two images and decide, do I like it like this? Or would this look better? Notice as I'm moving, I'm holding shift as well. Do I like it better like this? I think I like it better. Oh, let's see. I'm just going to go edit, step backwards, or Command Z or Control Z, and just see what did the first one look like. Oh, I went back too far. Go to edit, step forward, Shift, Command, or Control Z, and it'll go forward. So, let me just flip it back. I think I liked it the other way. I'm going to move it, but I'm going to hold Shift again, click move, hold shift. I do think I liked it this way better. Okay. Use your arrow keys, command plus or minus to zoom in, or control plus and minus to zoom in to make sure that little white line is not there. So I like this. So I'm going to lock that in. So I'm going to come over here to my layers panel. I'm going to right click or 2-finger click, and I'm going to go to merge down. What that does, it's going to squish these together into one layer. Now I can move this as I want. I can go edit, free transform. It's in one layer now. I can make this a little bit bigger. And so I can see what's going on a little bit better. All right, now I get to do this again, but I'm going to flip vertically. I'm going to flip down. So again, duplicate the layer, edit, transform. This time, instead of horizontally, I'm going to flip vertically. Now is my chance to drag, click, shift. Decide, do I like this coming together? Use your arrow keys. It's not bad. It's very Midsummer Night's Dream, antler floral. Or do I like this? When I click and drag, I click, drag, and then hold shift. Ooh, I think I like this better. I like how these lines come together. And the ferns, or that little piece, looks like the edge. I do like this. Again, zoom in. Make sure using your arrow keys that you do not have a white line there. If you do, you will redo the whole thing. I'm going to merge these down together so that it is in one. I'm going to, it's abstract, so I could edit, free transform this. I could even stretch it out so that it fills the white paper. That looks pretty good. If I need to stretch it out or shrink it down, if I hold shift, notice when I hold shift, I get to control the shape of this. So if I wanted to, because this is abstract, we're not really stretching out anybody's face or like the lines of any building. I can make this fit the paper if I want. Otherwise, I will cut the paper after I print it. Lock in that transformation. Make sure it's center in your paper. Sometimes we leave a little bit of room on the bottom. Think of like a Polaroid. And there, I've completed my first linear symmetry. I've asked you to do this a couple times so you get in the habit of knowing where these things are. And from here, we will move on to the next project. All right. Thanks for playing linear symmetry with me. As a reminder, this is called linear symmetry because it is symmetrical over a line. It's symmetrical over this center line. It's also symmetrical or like mirrored over this center line here. So this is linear symmetry in two ways. All right. We always save as a PSD. So save, call it linear symmetry 1, 2, 3, or 4. And then you need to export your deliverable for your client or to turn into me. File, export it as a PNG. It will have the title, the file name already here for you. Click save, export that PNG, and turn in those PNGs to me. All right, enjoy linear symmetry.